If you are shopping for a portable solar panel and assuming more money means more power, I have thoroughly compared the top models so you do not get burned. One panel under $100 outcharges a competitor costing nearly twice as much in real conditions. Links to every pick are in the description, and stick around until the end. The number one will surprise you. Buy the wrong 200-watt solar panel, and you do not just waste money, you lose the whole point of going off-grid. A panel rated 200 watts that only delivers 140 watts in real conditions is not a bargain at any price. And that gap between the spec sheet and your actual battery charge is exactly where most buyers get burned. I have dug through efficiency ratings, temperature coefficients, connector quality, and hundreds of owner reports to cut through the marketing noise. By the end of this video, you will know which panels actually hit their rated output, which ones quietly underperform from day one, and which single pick earns every dollar it costs. Price matters, and I will give you exact figures early on every single pick. But price alone will not save you from a panel that fades fast or fries your charge controller. Let's get into it. Here's the panel most people assume must be the winner just because of the name on the box. The Renegi 200-watt portable solar panel. At $287.99 at the time of this video, it is not cheap. And that price buys you a genuinely capable piece of kit. N-type cells rated at up to 25% conversion efficiency, which is legitimately high for a folding panel at this size. It weighs 28.46 pounds, folds into a suitcase form factor, and the IP65 rated junction box means rain and trail dust are not going to kill it. The included 20-amp PWM charge controller is pre-wired, so you unfold it, prop the adjustable aluminum kickstand, clip it to your battery, and you are harvesting power in under 3 minutes. For a total beginner, that matters. Renegi claims up to 1,000 watt-hours per day with 5 hours of direct sun, which is plausible if conditions cooperate. The 5-year materials warranty is also a real comfort. But here is the honest part. A PWM controller at this price point is a concession. An MPPT controller would squeeze meaningfully more out of partial shade or early morning sun. You are paying a premium price and getting mid-tier charge management. Ideal for the RV owner who wants a trusted brand and dead simple setup. Not ideal if you are chasing maximum off-grid efficiency per dollar. And the next panel makes that contrast very uncomfortable for Renegi. Here is where the marketing gets slippery. At $139.99 at the time of this video, the Marbaro 200 watts is priced to look like a steal, and the spec sheet sounds impressive on paper. IP68 waterproof rating, 23% conversion efficiency, 200 watts of claimed output, folds down to 17 by 23 inches, weighs 13.4 pounds. 4 output cable types included, so it connects to Jackery, EcoFlow, Bluetti, pretty much anything you already own. That is genuinely useful, but here is the problem. Marbaro itself admits that 160 to 200 watts only happens at the optimal angle in full sun. Cloudy days drop you to 130 to 140 watts, and critically, the output control box is not waterproof, only the panel fabric is. So that IP68 badge is doing a lot of marketing heavy lifting on a product that cannot actually sit in the rain without you babysitting the connector box. With only 1,535 reviews and no independently verified efficiency data we could anchor to, the 23% claim stays unconfirmed. Who is this for? Budget campers who want maximum watt rating for minimum spend and can manage the cable box carefully. Who should skip it? Anyone relying on this in genuinely wet conditions. The fine print matters here. Now, if wet conditions are your actual concern, the Grisel 200 watts steps up in one specific way. It carries a genuine IP65 waterproof rating. At $149.99 at the time of this video, it sits right in the middle of the field. Not the cheapest thing here, not the most capable. It's the definition of a safe, predictable pick. The panel runs 6-layer ETFE lamination over monocrystalline silicon cells, and Grisel claims 23.5% conversion efficiency. They say that outperforms comparable panels by around 4 percentage points. Take that marketing number with some salt, but the ETFE surface is legitimately more scratch and heat resistant than standard PET laminated panels, which matters if you're throwing this in and out of a truck bed repeatedly. Folded down, it's roughly 25 by 21 inches and weighs 17.94 pounds, so it's not featherweight. 4 adjustable kickstands are built in, which sounds minor until you've spent 20 minutes hunting for rocks to prop a panel up at the right angle. Outputs cover DCXT60 Anderson and aviation connectors. Over 1,000 buyers have rated it 4.5 out of 5. Now, the trade-offs. There's no integrated controller, no USB ports, and if you're charging a 12-volt battery, you're buying extra gear. It does exactly 200 watts and nothing more clever than that. Who is it for? The cautious buyer who wants IP65 peace of mind, kickstand convenience, and broad compatibility without overthinking it. But if raw efficiency data and smarter cable management matter to you, the next panel on this list makes Grisel's safe choice feel a little too comfortable. If carrying a 200-watt panel solo without throwing out your back is your actual problem, The HQST Ultralight at $159.99 at the time of this video is built specifically for that. It is up to 37% lighter than most panels in this class, and you feel that the second you lift it. One hand, done. The 16BB N-type cells push rated efficiency to 25%, which beats the standard 9BB panel sitting around 23%. And on an overcast day, that margin is exactly when you need it most. IP67 waterproofing means rain is not a conversation you have to have with this panel. It just keeps working. 2 adjustable kickstands, a rigid laminated frame that will not buckle on uneven ground, and a 3-in-1 adapter cable covering XT6, ODC7909, and DC5521 out of the box. Jackery, EcoFlow, Bluetti, Anchor. It talks to almost everything. This is the panel for the solo camper or van lifer who moves fast and hates fussing with gear. Here is the honest part though. With only 981 reviews at the time of this video and limited long-term reliability data available, you are buying into real promise with thinner proof than some rivals. Strong specs, real efficiency edge, genuinely light. But the panel sitting above it earns its spot with a track record this one has not had time to build yet. Here is the one that quietly makes every other panel on this list look overpriced. At $123.28 at the time of this video, the Dokeo 200 watts foldable kit is the cheapest entry here by a real margin, and somehow also the lightest at 9.7 pounds. That combination should not exist at this output level, yet here we are. Folded down, it collapses to 20 by 27 by 1.1 inches, fits behind a van seat, slides under an RV bunk. You barely notice you packed it until you actually need it. The 9.8 4-foot cable is a detail most buyers miss right up until the moment it saves them. Panel in full sun, controller or power station tucked in the shade where it runs cooler and safer. The included PWM controller handles reverse polarity, overcharge, overload, and short-circuit protection, and because it is a separate unit, you can swap or upgrade it later without replacing the whole kit. Dual USB ports run off a connected 12-volt battery for phones and small devices. Now, the trade-offs. PWM controllers are less efficient than MPPT in partial shade. If your setup involves tree cover or mixed light conditions, you will feel that gap. And Dokeo themselves flag it clearly. If your power station caps input at 100 to 150 watts, that is your real ceiling regardless of what this panel can theoretically push. Respect that limit before you buy. With 3,940 reviews sitting at 4.2 stars, the track record is there. This is the pick for the camper, the van lifer, or the emergency prep buyer who wants maximum portability at minimum spend and does not want to compromise the fundamentals to get it. So, let's put them side by side, because this is where the buying decision actually happens. The budget pick earns its spot on portability and price alone, but its efficiency lags the field noticeably, and you feel that in runtime. Step up, and the mid-tier options close that gap. The weight climbs with every dollar you spend. The real inflection point is in the middle of this ranking. Meaningfully better real-world output, still reasonable weight, and a price that doesn't sting. The 2 premium models above it deliver the strongest efficiency numbers and the most polished build, but one of them is asking you to pay for a brand name more than a performance jump. That's the quiet money eater. The overall winner threads every needle. Efficiency, weight, price, and field performance all pointing in the same direction. That's rare, and that's exactly why it's number 1. So here's where everything lands. Last place stays last. It's the one that looks fine on paper and disappoints in the field. Skip it. Mid-tier picks earn their spots if the price is right, but neither one is a set-and-forget choice. The runner-up is genuinely excellent. One specific trade-off is the only thing keeping it from the top. And the winner? Efficiency, weight, price, and real-world performance converging on one product. That doesn't happen often. That's the one you buy. Links are in the description. Check current pricing before you decide. Links to every pick are in the description. Current prices, no fluff. If this saved you from a bad buy, subscribe. We do this every week, and if you're torn between two, drop it in the comments. I'll tell you straight.